Hello and welcome. There has been heavy fighting in the north in recent weeks, with just kilometers to go before all of Mullaitivu is captured. The government forces are under pressure to keep up the momentum and consolidate their gains on the battlefront. While trying to achieve this, the government has also begun to look at another dimension of the conflict and its resolution, the political dimension. An all-party meeting was convened by the President recently to discuss matters. The Tamil National Alliance was invited, however, they decided not to accept the invitation.
YATV spoke to Minister Kehelia Rambukwella, the government spokesperson for Defence and National Security, to find out about the government's response to the TNA's decision not to attend the meeting with His Excellency the President.
Turning down the invitation on whatever the basis amounts and results at the end of it of a negative kind of attitude, shows a negative kind of attitude, and the negative attitude reflects on the people whom they are supposed to be talking of, namely the civilians. What do you gain by avoiding it? What do you gain by not participating in it? When you sit down there, you may disagree to 90% of it, but you still agree on 10% of something, which can be very fruitful, and that can be a stepping stone. And that is how the negotiations have been carried out all over the world. And most successful negotiations, sometimes at the very outset, you don't see anything. And that's why you need decency, patience, dialogue. All this is important commodities to make the end successful.
We received the letter on the 23rd of March 2009.
At a press conference in Colombo, R. Sambandhan, the parliamentary group leader of the Tamil National Alliance, speaking on behalf of his party, explained their reasons for not taking up the opportunity to engage in discussions with the government.
In our estimate, there are about 300,000 people there who do not have food, who do not have medicine, who do not have proper shelter. About 240,000 people in our estimate are living under tarpaulins in unbearable conditions given the hot weather prevalent now. There is no drinking water and people are undergoing immense suffering. So in these circumstances, we have informed the President that our top priority is to ensure that this humanitarian crisis does not continue. And we cannot remain unconcerned about the plight of these civilians. And it's our considered view that this humanitarian crisis must be brought to an end before we engage in any dialogue of a political nature with His Excellency the President.
The TNA MPs outlined their concerns in a letter to the President, signed by the representatives of 5 political parties which constitutes the alliance.
Well, the SNMC has been broken up.
Over the past few years, the government has not acknowledged the role of the TNA, as they are considered pro-LTTE. But these MPs say they are the representatives of the Tamil people in the north and east, and thank the President for recognizing them now.
Welcome this change in the government. We welcome this change in the thinking of the government, of the President. But how do we go and talk when 50, 60 Tamil people are being killed every day? When over 100 people are being injured every day? When people are dying of starvation? When people are dying of lack of medicine? How do we go and talk? What will our people think of us? Today the international community wants the President to address these questions.
Commenting on the humanitarian crisis in the north, the government spokesperson said that although a ceasefire is not possible, other steps will be taken to ease the situation.
Now, we have been able to convince the rest of the world that ceasefires are not going to work with us anymore, and we will not. Very firmly. They've accepted that. That is why they've used the word now pause. right? They are not going to come out with, nobody is going to come out with a ceasefire proposal now, because they know that you can't have a ceasefire with these people. And you cannot give another lifeline to Prabhakaran and his terror group. And it will be against the humanity, against the global fight against terrorism if you do that. So nobody is going to do that. But still they are a little concerned, so they found a word called pause. We are quite comfortable with that because we have pauses from time to time.